What is going on, ladies and gentlemen of YouTube? My name is Prodigy and welcome to our video on the channel. Today guys, we're going to be covering more of the Kingdom Hearts Birth by Sleep Ultimania. Today guys, we are going to be starting a pretty large section of the Ultimania. However, we are still in the finale of this. We probably got about 2-3 more videos-ish to go, depending on how much I decide to cover today. But today we are starting the plot mysteries of the Ultimania. For those of you that are unaware who haven't been following us along, this is your first episode in the Ultimania series on the channel. You're new here. Typically in the Ultimanias, which feature exclusive information for each Kingdom Hearts game. Today we're covering the Birth by Sleep Ultimania. Every Ultimania ends with the scenario mysteries from Tetsuya Nomura, which tends to cover the really intricate details that happened in that select Kingdom Hearts game. Details about the lore, the types of questions that you see me cover videos about, the types of questions that you see theorists talk about. These sections overall tend to be like really interesting in comparison to the rest of the interviews because they are all strictly lore. But enough talking, let's just get right into it. Considering the conversation between Sora and Ventus in the ending of the last episode, is this saying that the just born heart that Ventus connects with in the opening is Sora's? Yes. At first we supposed that it could be Sora before he was born, but because of opinions from overseas that the heart doesn't exist until after birth, we discarded that portrayal. Ventus awakens with Sora's help, but at first his eyes are blank, and when he meets Terra and Aqua, he falls asleep under their barrage of questions. At that time, although Ventus has awakened, his heart is not fully formed. The imagery is the same as the first week after Roxas entered the organization in days when he was spacing out. This time we saw a rite of succession. Is that a required condition for becoming a Keyblade user? That's essentially correct. In terms of the rite itself, the successee just has to make the successor grasp their Keyblade. If this rite is performed by a Keyblade master and they have suitable power, the Keyblade will choose that person as a Keyblade wielder and appear before them. Terra, Ventus, all have passed this rite. Sora is the only exception. I really like that reference actually, because I never interpreted it as that, but now that they did put 2 and 2 together, Nomura put 2 and 2 together, that makes a lot of sense. That scene where Ventus is kind of spacing out at Aqua and Terra at their barrage of questions, I really like that that's a reference to basically how Roxas kind of was when he first entered the organization. He was just spacing out. I guess that was something meant to show the slight connection between them, but it's really subtle and it's something I never really noticed, to be honest, but now that he points it out, yeah, I definitely see that. That's pretty cool. The Keyblade succession can only be performed by a Keyblade master, but we see Terra performing this rite for Riku. Does this mean we can consider Terra a Keyblade master? No, Terra was not awarded that title by Master Ericus, so no matter how Master Xehanort flatters him, he is not a Keyblade master, but that's just a matter of whether or not he's achieved the official title. Even Ericus recognized that Terra possessed suitable power to be a master, which is why he was able to perform the rite for Riku. In Aqua's chapter on the Destiny Islands, was Aqua originally intending to perform the Keyblade rite for Sora and Riku? Yes. When Aqua met Sora and Riku, she was on the point of realizing that she may end up having to fight Terra. At that point, she was going to perform the rite of succession for Sora, but realized that Terra had already performed the rite for Riku. Not wanting Sora and Riku to end up fighting, like she and Terra in the future, she didn't perform the rite for Sora. This is the meaning behind her murmurs that one must not get too close to a chosen one, and I must not make them walk the same path. When she tells Sora he must save Riku if he ends up walking the wrong path, she's projecting her own thoughts onto Sora. By the time of Kingdom Hearts 1, have Sora and Riku and Kairi forgotten about Terra and Aqua? That's right. In Kingdom Hearts 1, Kairi herself says that she's lost all her previous memories, that she doesn't remember anything before coming to the Destiny Islands, and it will be pretty easy for Sora to forget. After all, I think for a child of 4 or 5 years old to remember a person they met only once and exchanged just a few words would be quite unnatural. Only Riku, who was told by Terra, don't tell anything of today to anyone, may simply be keeping quiet. I like that little detail. I definitely don't think it was intentional. However, it was a very convenient plot point to make Riku not tell anyone. It makes sense that Sora would forget. I mean, Nomura makes a very understandable reason as to why kids that age would forget. I mean, to be honest with you, I don't remember the faces of 90% of people I met when I was 4 or 5. If Terra wasn't the one who stole Aurora's heart in his chapter, who actually did steal it? It was Master Xehanort and Maleficent. In Kingdom Hearts 1, it was shown that beings of darkness like Maleficent and the Heartless are able to steal people's hearts. The theory is that Terra, who has like residing in his heart, is not a being of darkness, and therefore didn't steal Aurora's heart. Who is the hero similar to Terra that Zack aspires to be like? As in the original game, it's Sephiroth. In Kingdom Hearts 1 FM and Kingdom Hearts 2, Sephiroth was portrayed as a being of darkness, but at the time of Kingdom Hearts Birth by Sleep, we don't know whether or not he was a being of darkness. What's the meaning behind the several puzzling images in Terra's chapter where we cross over into his mind? Firstly, when he hears the name of the masked boy from Master Xehanort at the mysterious wasteland and we see an image of Aqua and Ventus defeated, that's a hint of the future. On the Destiny Islands, when he makes Riku his successor, he has a special view of him and catches a glimpse of his future. However, this isn't to say that Terra has the ability to see the future. It was a directive nuance intended to portray the future connection between Terra and Riku. Okay. I like that they explain that. That's a really good question as well. That's a really good question to ask, because there is a lot of weird imagery during Terra's story. And that scene they're referring to where Riku is where you see young Xehanort and, Riku kind of fading into one another. Or a younger Xehanort fading into an older Riku. Which from Terra's perspective at that point in time, he had no idea that, Xehanort was a villain or anything. So that was sus to us, but that was not sus to him whatsoever. To him, that was like, oh yeah, you're gonna grow up to be a real Keyblade master like Xehanort was. Only moments later, Xehanort would literally push him to killing his master. Very interesting how those things turned out, wasn't it? Anyways, guys, that is going to about do it for today's video. Looking at the next line of questions, the next video unfortunately will likely be our last in the Birth by Sleep Ultimania. I really like the questions today though. These were some insanely interesting questions. I loved this. However, tell me what your favorite topic was covered in this video. Tell me some of your thoughts about what was read in this video. The next video will be the last video, the last entry in the Birth by Sleep Ultimania. Then we'll be moving on to Recoded. We've been replaying Birth by Sleep as well on live stream as we've been doing this Ultimania series. So if you want to check out a live stream, then hit that bell icon, and if you get that notification on your phone or on your computer, then you know where to go. Regardless though, if you guys enjoyed today's video, honestly, thank you guys so much for watching, and you already know what to do. Leave a like, share the video with a friend or family member, and last but not least, if you're not already, and want to become a part of the union, all you have to do is hit that red subscribe button down below. My name is Prodigy, and I will talk to you guys soon. Peace out, you guys. Bye.